Let's go. Alright, hey guys, I'm trying to choose now. I press because that's the game I wanted to play. But the lag was so bad that I couldn't play. You guys can let's just get in. Alright, keep that way. Who do I think it is? I think it's a Buki. I think it's a Buki. Who killed you? We have no proof of who died first. Because Hiyoko could... No, Ibuki could have killed Hiyoko, then do that thing. Bye-bye. It feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Two people got killed at the same time in Nekomaru's night.
Hey!
Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No!
Why bother?
Let's...
What?
Well now. Yahoo!
Yeah, let's begin. I'm dead in the Alright, let's just get this trial started. Would you like to save? Yes, please, I would. New skill called... Let's get this started.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of during the class. If you vote correctly, then I'll punish everyone oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I have confidence in myself.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine.
Like someone
Your head's
told
empty
Ibuki
anyway.
to kill,
Empty head?
Do that.
What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
You're right.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
Yeah.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was... a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course.
And then what did you do, Hajime?
I rushed out of the
Obviously,
hospital
run
and
over
ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there.
Tell you, and you lie.
At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
Not once. Not three.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
You're welcome, Nagi.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is.
What?
When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
I take back the
Sorry,
you're welcome.
I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
My
Hajime,
God.
if
Not
you're
because
the
you're
only one who
wasting
saw
time.
the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
What would we have
Obviously.
a reason? One,
So you could
we're
make
the
us
main
ignore
characters.
what might
We
be an
don't die.
inconvenient
Two.
truth for you.
Two, why would we have a reason to kill someone? Three, Naito, shut up. And four, just stop.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
Ow.
Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
God dang it, Aaron. I mean, Naito. Damn it! I shouldn't have to explain it to Nagito. Now I'm in trouble. Now they do that. It's always Nagito's card and stuff. I'm gonna lock in the monitor video.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Wait.
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Wait.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be...
I don't think I can... After all, Hajime's the only...
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony...
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all...
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously...
Did Hajime...
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie... No, that's wrong!
That's wrong! Ah, that feels nice.
I'm not the killer! I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Then bit!
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no
Why
mistakes
did you
there.
make this pointless
Which means
argument?
there's no way Hajime,
My
who
God,
never saw
Nagito.
the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Because no one gives a hell
Hold on
about
a
you.
sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Stop interrupting
Well,
the trial.
since we're opening with your testimony, I thought we should solidify the fact.
Couldn't tell the exact time of when they murdered. They're murdered.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is.
God.
The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
It's Ibuki! I know!
Then
it's
let's
for sure.
ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
What if Hiyoko faked her death, killed
The killer
Not
blocked the
Hiyoko,
venue door from the
Ibuki.
inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
I think they do it like a clever death where, like the body announcement only goes off one and the real killer actually fakes the death.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
Yes.
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
What's your alibi,
The others
Genbi?
all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
But he was out of commission.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
What up?
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
Oh, man.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Yeah. Alright, hey. Is that really it? Alright, let's go. Make your argument. Let's go. That's my trap glove. No,
The killer was still inside the music venue.
By locking the door from the inside.
They tried to keep us from getting in.
wait. Locking the door.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
Of course I agree.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
Yes,
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Alright, I
The
think
killer was still inside the music venue.
By locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Because they used this... Well,
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
alright, glue.
I see!
Yeah, glue, because...
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you ate
It
it.
had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Why the heck didn't you feel the texture and smell it?
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
But Chiaki built this.
That glue was only applied to the areas
That's why I
where
love
both
her.
doors
I love
touched.
her and Mikan.
By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
And who's the only one that would use a drumstick?
Are you saying the
Ibuki.
drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
Shut up.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
Facts, Monomi.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
They couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue. It earlier than that.
Earlier?
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time. when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
The crap paper. Figure out what it is. Hangman's Gambit. The fudge is it? W? Ah, fudge. I messed up. What's it? Whoa. Fudge, P-A-A-A-A-A-A-A. Wallpaper. I need another. Damn it! Pay. I need an R. Come on, give me an R. Got an R. Wallpaper! I got it!
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Scrap of paper. Is that connected to the setting? Alright. Time for some snowboarding, fast skateboarding, whatever it is. Logic dive, that's what it's called. I knew what I was doing. Alright, let's go. How do I jump? Alright, like that. Wait, how do I speed up? Alright, it's this button. Dang it. But come on, Hajime, don't lose hope now. Fudge! That's right. Yeet. Question 1. Why did Hiyoko's body appear at the crime scene? It was hidden, right? That's the only possibility. Yeah. Hajime doing these sweet tricks in his mind. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. Yeah. I jumped on whatever. This is like a game I used to play on Cool Math called Run or something like that. It reminds me of that, but without the gravity mechanic a little bit. Question 3. How did the killer hide her body within the wallpaper? They covered the, yeah, this one. Oh. Great job, Hajime. Now I see the answer.
It's all coming together! I got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
Alright.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
That's copyrighted.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie.
Mikan's talking more because
Not
Hyoko's
just that,
not around. That's a
but
good thing.
Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Huh? The reason the killer imitated the killer. To mix up the killing orders, I think. Yeah.
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you...
Oh shit, sorry.
You don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
Yes.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Yes. That's what I was trying to say.
How
but
light. Your words are
Ibuki
so
might have
light,
killed
as
Hiyoko.
light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
I don't know how,
First
but
and foremost,
Dangronpa, no.
you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think this... Oh, blood on souls, I already know.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Yes.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
God dang, I missed that one.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
We didn't check out her ass, Kazuichi, because she died. We're not gonna do that, that's messed up.
When Hiyoko
what Sonya
died,
said-
Ibuki's feet...
I am telling you to
Did you see her walk?
If her feet
Was there any sign she stepped on something?
Ah, shit! I agree with that!
Just as Sonya said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
Almost instantly.
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded.
So what if Ibuki killed Hiyoko?
Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
What? Gundams!
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? You're so frightened you can't.
Let's just get this over with. I'll slice you in your... well, not your hands first. I'll fight you with my words. Rope you singing.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to he... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
God damn it.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Crap!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to he... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Alright.
You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about. Did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes,
well then look at
I
this
do.
picture.
If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
Look at that. I just...
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was
so
so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
I said that. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Hey, what are these trials?
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer probably did not know it
in the act
either.
of murder. Like blatantly holding a knife.
The heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Hey!
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Yeah, we won.
Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Yes.
Now then,
no.
let us resume our debate.
No.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is.
So, do they still get executed? I mean, like, if they get executed, like, will you just take the dead carcass and execute that somehow?
Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? if the victim...
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death.
Alright.
But I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
For today.
For example, it's possible Ibuki...
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair
disease. Did he say what they... Wait. Okay. That's what I was saying, Nagito. Ibuki could have killed Hyoko, and then do that to a guilty... That's what I was thinking.
Remember? That means anything can happen.
Okay, shut the... That's what I'm saying. Ibuki could have killed Hyoko.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Please let me be right.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means... the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself! Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that!
Maybe there was, I don't know.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
So am I wrong? Because that's the only freaking
So that
thought
means
of...
there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad.
I'm wrong.
Now I'm free to search for the
killer.
killer.
I don't know who it is. I'll just say Nagito.
What the heck?
Nagito did it, yeah.
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide...
What did you say? If Ibuki didn't commit that, then just what... Wait, what are you doing? That was
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
Yeah, that was Ibuki climbing.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps.
No,
they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about
Who could have done it?
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Alright.
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
Wait.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Alright, hold on. His next lines are gonna be... Your next lines will be, or I would have put it in Miss Sonia's room. Go!
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Oh, that's what...
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Weakest alibi. Wait, what was Fujihika's?
We can...
Fujihika's. Oh, that ain't
can
it.
Exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Crap!
Okay.
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the weakest alibi has failed.
Wait, Sonia's alibi. Oh, she has alibi.
We can exclude the sick.
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed...
That's not...
Aside from those if nobody has an alibi, then
What?
Crap!
We can exclude
Okay.
the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Is it Mikan's? No, it can't be. Mikan's account was...
Right before the morning announcement. I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
The fudge am I supposed to do? Alright. Sonia's account. Hiyoko was this... Look it up.
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not...
aside from those if nobody has an alibi, then
I think... What?
No, that's wrong!
Mikan has an alibi. She was with me.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi.
Oh.
In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
Yeah, we worked together in the
you
bed.
two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
The great kind of situation.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Jackie! No, Jackie! It's totally what it looks like, but it's not what it looks like. Jackie, Pecan was on the bottom.
Too much info.
Too much info.
It's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
Yeah, so we have an alibi.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process.
A driver's ed test.
Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I have to get studying.
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
My friendo. In that case, if that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside the trap set by one of us. It's Alright.
Hiya!
Stop it!
Alright, let's get back into it. Yes, I would like to save. Child routine.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
I'm sorry, Monami.
No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
I do say frequently. The reason killer.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here.
And you had to break the quietness, not...
If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Then
Man,
die.
This again.
Give up on your
If that's
dreams
the
and
case,
die.
it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
I'm gonna rearrange Levi's words for a sec. Give up on that hope and die.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Because they couldn't...
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
Thank
But I'm
God!
thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Yes.
Even though we're calling it an imitation... But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Well, no duh, we don't have any...
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Thank you, Mikan.
Well, that's probably it, but... that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning... they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying... Hyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Why did Hyoko go to...
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 Dark Devas of...
What the hell is your ultimate Gundam again? I keep forgetting. Ultimate Breeder.
Destruction are get...
Or like the ultimate pet owner. Yeah, I know the answer. Where's Sonia's account? Blood on Soul,
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Just say it's money.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
Yes, that. Oh my god, take it!
She was guided by the will of causality.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Hold on, I think someone's calling me. I don't feel like hooking up my computer. Actually, I need to hook up my computer. I like to be by life. Tonight, 君は少女の僕より帰りしお空よ。Why am I singing that song? Breaking me though. Give you a soldier. 僕より壁地を空よ。Wait, is my mic still plugged in? Oh shit. Hajime.
There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got a...
No, she went of her own free will.
Yes,
I agree with that.
That's the choice.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hiyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Yeah, there's no way.
Hiyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hiyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that...
I won't lose! Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yes.
This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't
First
you
and
just
last.
let me
Are you
shine already?
No! That's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk! I'll shut you up right now!
Alright. This rebuttal. But whatever. Let's do this, Akane.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted or something. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door! So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was all messed up.
Right.
There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer! That's the proof she was abducted, right?
Yeah.
My gut is totally right after all! Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's body. Her kimono was... There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Allow me to cut through those words. The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Hold up.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room.
Just to give you props, I never...
That is why I informed her.
I have never once seen
I
that
told her
anime
that there
in
was
my
a full-length mirror at the
and
music
I
venue,
will not watch
and
it.
I suggested that she use it.
The opening is just that catchy, and I know what it is.
Then
I
the
looked up
reason her
lyrics,
kimono
and
was messed up
every time I
wasn't because
sing-
she fought the
I
killer.
regret what I sing, but it's so catchy, like...
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
Shit,
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Make her do a little... something something. If you know what I mean, Hajime. hell no.
Then,
what?
The killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin! I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under!
Respecting you.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Alright, guys.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake!
Wow.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Wow.
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
How?
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
Coincidence.
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation.
Yes, but what was the weapon used?
Killed Hiyoko.
What was the weapon, though?
Because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
What was the weapon?
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak?
I guess.
I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps! Everyone actually needs help from scum like me!
We just asked you
So
for
what do you
ideas,
think?
not help. Ideas.
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion.
Found out who the murderer is?
Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene.
Yeah, I thought that too, until I was proven wrong.
But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers.
Didn't we, wait,
So if
didn't
she
we
faked
already
her
go over this?
death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Yes, we did, Nagito.
Really?
Yeah. bad
That's
timing.
annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be!
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over. She kept rocking around.
That's strange.
That's strange.
It's very strange.
Oh, shit.
Strange? What's strange?
I see, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints are... just... Then what? Then why? Why want there any footprints on the... Oh! On the fucking, wait a minute. There.
I can prove it with this. If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail! How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
Oh. I thought you said, oh, that's right, we don't know your talent. What are you talking about? You are obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suit. Almost said it. Topic at this time. Nagito Kamaeda. You're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder? Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
Okay.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best.
Yeah, I'll definitely...
There's a hidden clue in the video. Is it the candle? No?
Damn it!
Is it the ladder? No.
Damn it!
Is it this? Shit. The foot. The hands.
Here!
What the fuck?
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene.
Oh, that's why.
But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
Where? Wasn't from the shop?
What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
That's what I want to know. The only thing that different is... But... Hangman's game. I don't know what the... Golly, this is a long word. At least give me the first letter. F. L. Oh god, this is too much letters. Oh my god. Ah! Film... I need an... I. No, I need... Son of a... Oh god, this is... Oh no! I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, oh no. Too much stuff like that. Who did they vote for? Why do they choose me?
We will never give up!
Alright, let's do this. Thank you very much. Alright, the first word is filming. Oh god. Fudge, I need an eye. I need an... Alright, filming what? Filming, oh, location, I think. How do you spell location again? I need an A. Okay, C. Oh, T. What? Oh god, I'm almost dead. Okay, I'm gonna have to search this up. Hold on. Location. G-I-O-N. There's a die. I. Fudge. Oh, what? I need to know. Yes! A filming location.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
Thank you for saying you can do it. Thank you.
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
I don't know who it is. I don't know who killed him.
The hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Oh no, please don't make me do another Hangman's Gambit, please. Oh, thank God. Oh, we have 3 bars. Okay, there's no possible way I can die from this. Unless I get the answer wrong. Come on, how'd you be? Like I was saying, there's no possible way I can die from this. Question 1. What part of the surveillance camera used the camera? I think we're getting close to the end. Oh Lord, I have 1 health left. Come on, Hajime, you're the ultimate How long does this go on for? There we go. Question 2. Did the killer tamper with the camera at the music venue, or I'm just gonna guess hospital, please? Or no, the music venue. Please rewrite, please rewrite. No! Oh. We got one more question, Audrey. Come on. Don't die on me. They can never kill a main character. That was close. Question 3. God dang it, I can't pause it. What did the killer do with the camera from the music venue? Increase ticket with them. Take it with them, I'm thinking. And I was right. And we completed that.
It's all coming together. That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then, only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body.
And what?
But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
Yeah. Wait.
That means you should have realized that from the start, and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Where else could it...
Well, that's true, but... In order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
They smashed it. Destroyed it.
I see!
Am I not regret?
The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
Gundam was at the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means, even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitted in the hut. Are you kidding me? No! Why? This Hangman's Gambit. How the heck did they vote for me?
We will never give up!
Alright, let's try this again. As in the fuck is that room called? The retail room. No, not the retail, the on-call room, I think. They just destroyed my O. Conference room. How do you spell conference? Conference. F-E. What's the next letter? F-E. I need E. The next letter is R. I came on here not to escape from school, not just to learn how to spell. Ah, that's R. Alright, next letter is E. I need an E. And C. Alright, I need a door. Dang it! There you go. There we go! Did it! I got it! Wait. No.
Possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
No.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Oh, I just figured out who it was. I'm gonna say who it was. Because the closest one in the conference room was...
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue?
Yes, it did.
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
Dang it.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
That must be it!
Can't be it. I can't.
What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
Great job, Monami.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
There's gotta be that. Was it the candle? I think it was the candle. Yeah.
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect.
Please don't
With
let
that
it be
cheap-ass
the
camera,
Please.
it won't capture much in a dark area.
Be wrong of what I'm thinking. Because
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided.
To the conference room.
The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
No.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
Oh no.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too
Oh shit.
distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring.
I like them here.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music...
That video was filmed at a conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music video. The Ibuki in the conference room.
The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So what happened then? Was already in the killer's trap. The one who's...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the...
The reason the killer made a fake... There's only one possibility I can think of. Then naturally, the killer's identity will reveal...
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Oh, please. No! No! No, I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick Ibuki.
Crap!
I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry.
You're the only one! Mika, you're the killer, aren't you?
Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. Please say
What
you're...
are you talking about?
Please tell me I'm wrong.
Like
Please
I
tell me
said,
I'm wrong. Please
aren't
tell
you
me
the
I'm
killer
wrong.
who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Oh. We got these. We got these. We got these.
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
Yes, that's right.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
We have an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
Why did you go to the...
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room,
Oh my God.
but you actually went to the conference room.
Why?
That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming.
Dang. I'm just gonna say... That's pretty thick. That's nice and thick. How much am I saying?
By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me.
Oh,
Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please, wait a second! What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible! There's no way I could kill someone!
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
You can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
I believe you, Mika.
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
How dare you, Gundam?
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
Yes, how dare you?
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you?
No.
That much, Hajime?
No!
Hey, Hajime!
We hanged out with you! We devoted ourselves to you! Everyone's ganging up on tracks. Could it be? Am I the one making? I'm the one making a mistake? No, in fact, it'd be much easier to say I was wrong. Had this much talent and someone I spent so much time with.
Can you hold on a minute?
What?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
Just spit it out!
What are you saying?
Also,
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
fun fact, Nagito shares the same voice actor as Eren from Attack on Titan.
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
And the English does.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know!
Actually, this is a game!
Please don't say such controversial
Yeah,
statements.
Kirito and Shiro from Fate/Stay Night, the Fate series.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue? Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
Why doesn't anybody guard it? Or like, there has to be a paying counter. Like, let Fuyuhiko run it.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
I trust Fuyuhiko. He's gonna...
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new.
Alright.
Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope.
Oh!
And the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
That wasn't...
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her. The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Poor Ibuki. Poor Ibuki. But why did Mikan...
I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along.
Why did Mikan do this?
What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
She was the least expected one to kill someone. So this rope won't be much of a clue. Then I might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
Alright.
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Not just what. Alright. Save. Alright, so I'm gonna continue this tomorrow, or maybe after school. But thank you guys for tuning in, subscribe and like, all that. And hopefully I'll prepare myself to see Mikan get executed. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And subscribe.